I'm enrolled in Couchiching First Nation out of Canada, representing Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College. Alright, this poem that I wrote, I actually wrote it a while ago, like 2 years ago. And it's revolved and pertains to my addiction to heroin. Says, my mighty heroine, I salute you, for you take away all the pain that pertains to my entire being. You give me so much more in my life to believe in, so I give you my soul and promise I'm never leaving. They say you're so evil, but I don't see how, so I'm going to continue to salute along with my all. You always there in time of need with just one call. You're my everything, everything overall. I'm keeping you with me all of the time because my love for you is worth me dying. Now I got these haters and I see that they're trying to help me realize the situation that I'm facing with what I think is warm embracement. But yeah, hold up, felony cases, being in jail and now on probation makes me come to my senses of what I'm really chasing. Because separated from you in that cell got me going through hell with no visitations, no calls, or no mail. It's hustle, 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 go, go, go. I'm the talk of the town and now everyone knows. Feeling as if my definition of character is wrecked. All on the evening news, wanting to suppress. My life's a mess, now what do I do? Thoughts of what I could have been instead of fucking with you. Now I realize it was all false from the start. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually torn apart. With all this said, shit, I call it quits. Flip the script of how I truly want to live. Surrender to the Creator on all levels to live positive. So with all this said, I call it quits. My mighty heroine, I forget because I must forget. Man, my bad, I'm kind of sick too, you know. Alright. Next up, we have Scarlett Cortez.
Hi, you all. My name is Scarlett Cortez. I'm from the Institute of American Indian Arts, also running for Southwestern Rep. And the title of my piece is about mispronounced names and misspellings. So it's actually called Dolores with an O, not an E. I clear my web history every week, not because I'm hiding anything dirty, but because erasing parts of my history is something I've always wanted to do. I didn't realize I've been erasing parts of me since I was 9 years old when I transferred to a primarily white school because it was the closest one to my neighborhood. When I walked into the classroom, I was greeted with blue eyes and tired tongues. It took 5 missed tries for the girl with the blonde pigtails to finally come up to me and say, "So, how do you say your name?" Without hesitation, I replied, "Dolores Scarlett Cortez." She paused. That's really hard to say. Mind you, this is after everyone in the 4th grade could fucking say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. But, being the person that I am, I apologized anyways. It was then when I started letting strangers shave my name into whatever was whiter, I mean easier for them to say, not realizing that the woman I was named after was being erased and disgraced every time it happened. Grandmother, if you're listening, I am so sorry for being so selfish. I never meant for our name to sound like an apology rather than our identity. Your name was never meant to be pain. It was meant to be stubborn beauty and survival and strength, everything you were and still are, because you lived through me. And I promise you, I'm trying to be the best granddaughter I can be for you and the rest of my ancestors that fought so hard to leave me a legacy to be proud of. I will not have your name sound like white noise any longer. So the next time someone asks me, how do you say your name? I will proudly say, you say it with respect.
Just want to apologize to her grandma too, chopping up her name. Everybody else's grandmas, I chopped your name up. And your grandpa's. Next up, we have Samantha Bercier. Bercier? Okay, Bercier. Samantha Bercier.
Anin Samantha Bercier, Disney College, Sing Dunji. My name is Samantha Bercier. I'm from the Turtle Mountain Community College, and the title of my poem is It All Began with a Word. It all began with a word. A cry in the darkness. Yeah, that's how it all began. With a word. To be honest, it all began that way. So what made it different? Sirens blaring, arms shaking as the booming voices of men and hounds blared across this land. They have forgotten the blood, pain, sweat, tears, and sacrifices that we have given to make it this far. Yes, it all began with a word, a cry in the darkness that someone, anyone was listening as our brothers and sisters in spirit were attacked by greed and the hatred of a man with no face. A man with not eyes or ears, because who could ever do such a thing if they had them? This man is known by many names, but often enough, this man is known as hate. When is it that a man is no longer a man? When has he lost his humanity, that he is regarded as a common beast? Does the cries of genocide speak louder than the voices of the unheard? What does one picture say about the worth of an entire race? Why is color the basis for discrimination when we all have one universal red under these pigments that seem to define us? Does the rock and stone that bore hundreds of native tears bend to the tyranny of an executive order? Have we lost all prospects for a better tomorrow? Have the bus seats finally emptied? Can we sit at a hotel or a business and view all peoples sharing together in a meal of brotherhood, chivalry, and justice? Yes, it all began with a word. All actions, all thoughts, all ideas. They all began with one word. We.
All right. All right, next up, we have, sorry, Grandma, Laverne White Bear. Is that right? Laverne? All right. Lulu informed me. Y'all like it so far? Give some noise real quick. All right.
I'm Laverne Whitebear. I'm representing the Assistant Wapton College. My poem is entitled, Who Are You? This is really hard standing up here. Okay. They say we come from the stars and across the Milky Way, that our people are older than any concept of time, that thought, it stops me in my pursuit of my American dream. And the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, I want it, I need it. You know, the big fancy car, the big house on a quiet street, set far back among the trees, away from prying eyes, so far away from the cultural concept of living together in harmony. I can't hear the beautiful silence from my loud system in my kid's PS4. I can hear the wind blowing, can feel the sting of the rain as it strikes my face. I can see the wide open sky, an occasional jet crossing that black shining sky, carrying others in pursuit of their dream, maybe on their way to an important meeting with some CEO, maybe a congressman, maybe gonna talk some dapple, some broken treaties, women lost. So I stand here in my vast, green, pesticide-full yard, not a bee in sight, and stare. I see the morning star. Don't tell no one that I recognized her or the other relatives staring back at me, shining around to make me see that knowing them means understanding me. Don't you see that I want to forget all about that? Didn't you hear me talk about my pursuit? You don't need no tradition, because now your tradition has turned into a culture of America, the great melting pot where it's all for one and none for all, and individuality is not only encouraged, but is forced. Don't tell me that individuality is wrong. I don't know no other way. Standing here alone with no tiwahe. Oh, man, that slipped. I meant to say family. No one to call my own. I don't need no iapi. Oh, great. I meant to say language. Man, what is happening to me? A knock on my glass door. Who is it? What do you want? Oh, it's you. No, we're not related. No one will know. I don't know no kinship. I know no value system. Those are your values, not mine. The only value I know is what are you going to do for me? What do I get out of this? Don't you know? It's all about me, baby. Always has been. I do what I want. What was it that you said about individuality? Oh wait, I forgot. It's a good thing. I'll keep reminding myself. I don't care what you say. You don't get me. You don't get me. You don't understand me. Always trying to change me and telling me, "Wo Dakota."
All right, next up, Penelope Seidler. Sorry, Grandma.
Hi, I'm Penelope Seidler of St. Gillespie University. And when you go through the change in life, they tell you, well, you lose your vocabulary, you lose your memory. They tell you it comes back, but it won't. So I have my cheat sheets. I can't remember anything anymore. The title of my poem is Mirror, Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I am my mother after all. I don't know who rewrote those Grimm Brothers lines, but Mom gave me a pillow with those words in needlepoint bought at some store. I remember a time when she would have made them herself, and beautiful cakes for holidays and such with a theme, like my